GOAT, the GROAT, as they call it, the greatest roast of all time. Welcome to the Uncuffed Monday show on the Failure Stop podcast channel, the #1 channel where law enforcement goes to be informed and entertained 5 days a week. Just coming off of a live show for a live audience for the anti-hero street cop training after party at Mulligan's. It was a hoot. We'll talk about it. Also, we have a new graduate in our midst. We'll go there too. But tonight, it's all about the GROAT, the greatest roast of all time, the roast of Tom Brady. Go ahead, hit it, Joshua.
The growing calls across the nation to defund the police.
To end policing as we know it.
Off the charts violence in New York City. 11 people shot in just 8 hours on
This is
Sunday.
about the police officers who every single day put on that uniform and they run towards danger when we run away from it.
Eric.
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
You so fucking ugly.
Oh.
The sperm bank called and said they got to issue you a refund.
Oh. Oh, that was hurtful.
They don't want you to have no more kids.
Oh, that was real hurtful.
Well, that ain't the only people that called.
Who?
1990 called and said they want their haircut back.
Oh.
They tired of you wearing that mullet.
You guys are roasters. You guys are real roasters.
What?
Oh, we got a bunch of nerd comedians in here trying to roast me. And I say nerd because they come by it honestly, because one of them in here is now a college graduate.
Educated. I did the job first. I did it ass backwards. I did the job first. Done with it. And then I went and got educated.
Completed.
Well, you know what? It's funny because the classes, it seemed like I was the old head in there with the experience.
Yeah.
You know, while a lot of them, you sit back and you listen to how some of them think or what they hear on TV, and I'd be like, I lived it. I actually did. And, you know, a lot of them, you know, sit there and like, wow, really? Tell us stories. Man,
And you the teacher's pet.
Yeah, no, let me learn what I need to learn so I can graduate. I ain't trying to come up here and be a guest speaker and shit. Guest speakers get paid.
Exactly.
Did any pro-Palestinian protesters interrupt your graduation like they did for the University of Michigan?
I went smooth.
Now, what if somebody was like, free Palestine? What would you have done?
Nothing. But it's funny because everybody in there was either getting their master's in leadership, criminal justice.
Right.
We only had one lady in there that was getting her nursing degree.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody else was pretty much criminal
Has she
justice.
slept with everybody in the other classes?
Older black lady.
You know,
That don't mean nothing.
Hey, look,
right. Them older black women, they can get around.
Over the cat purr, huh?
Hey, speaking of like black women like getting it down, there was one at Golden Corral last night. So it was the end of our vacation yesterday, last day of our week-long Florida trip. So we did Golden Corral, just kind of like we don't want to do it. And bro, and this woman in there, she had basically like an all black corset on. Now she's a dark skinned black woman wearing like an all black corset, pushing them boobs way up with the black, like, you know, the biker style jeans, like, you know what I mean? Like black jeans. And then like big black heels and a big wig, you know, like the big straight hair black wig. So I mean, she's like all black everything, but I mean, like she looked like a biker black chick almost. And then I was like, damn, she's all dolled up, you know, kind of nice for Golden Corral. And then I saw the man she was with, bro. That dude was like 80.
He was 80?
Oh, he was old.
White guy?
No, black guy, but old. And I was like, surely that's got to be a daddy, a father, something like that. No, she was holding his hand. She was rubbing on his head like this. Like it was like she was Right? That's what I was thinking. And it's right by 95. So
but
I don't know, they might have been a couple and maybe that's what he liked. They just happened to come out to eat before they.
Yeah, but
she in it for his Social Security.
Right. Do you think younger women in general are attracted to really old dudes? Like
their money.
Right.
The
just
money,
the money, right?
the security. They look
Yeah.
at the security.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad because if he married her, of course, you know, the family is gonna deny it and they're gonna try to get everything together. So when he do make that trip home,
she don't get nothing.
She don't get a thing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that, I mean, come on, really?
Right.
You 80 and she like 30, 35.
But if he's in his right mind, that's what he wants.
Dude, good for him though. Yeah, I mean,
but you know how some family is.
Yeah.
They be like, oh yeah, well we're gonna have him tested to see if he in his right mind. You know, they're gonna try to put him through all that stuff.
All I know is like I'll have the yams, the yamos. I'll stand right at her boobs. Oh, those yams. That is good. Oh, tonight's show.
My daddy different. My daddy be like, hey, let me get them so on them titties.
Let me show on one of them. Tonight's show brought to you by ghostbed.com. We had a great time with Ghostbed this week. I was with Conservative Ant and I was with Blake Reynolds. Two really big influencers. If you're not following those guys, we did a lot of Ghostbed content. We filmed tons of shorts that were hilarious. It was so much fun. The live show in front of the live audience is just incredible. I was really getting warmed up for our stand-up comedy event on Mother's Day.
Yes.
So I was practicing some of my jokes there today, and they seemed to land really well. And then Jay graduating, and then Margaret, did you do anything great this week, or are you the loser of the week? Like Jay and I are the winners.
I think, you know what? Sometimes it's best to stand back and let other people be the winners, so y'all the winners.
For once.
I'll win next week. Yeah,
I'll win.
Like
I'll win next week. You were tired of winning so much that you were like, let's sit this one out this weekend and let Jay and Tansy
she was a supporter. She actually came.
Yeah, she did. I saw that. I wanted to come. I was in Florida. So we went to Disney World.
She actually came to my comedy show too.
Was that this weekend? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was in Florida.
See, that's what I said.
She ride or die,
travel. She would travel.
Ride or die. If I didn't have to be in Florida for the live show, 100% would have been there.
She the last time she did it, it was a blessing on all of our part.
Yeah.
Me for her coming to support me.
Right.
And then two, we had an emergency where a headliner, his daughter
she
had an
in.
accident and they told him to go be with your family. Said, hey Jay, you're gonna have to be the headliner. Okay, no problem. They was like, oh man, we wish we had a feature. Do you know anybody? And I said, well, just so happens I have a friend that's on her way up here. Yeah. You know, she we work together on the podcast and everything. She coming out to support me since tonight. We're not having a podcast because I got a show here.
Right.
He was like, okay, yeah, give me the information. When I told him, I said she do clean comedy, and he was like, okay. He got to talking with her, you know. She does. She has clean comedy, but she does it dirty. She doesn't shower before she does it. Right?
Now, actually,
it'd be funny.
Actually, I thought of something that's kind of like semi-dirty. Yeah. It's not dirty, but it's kind of like what? Yeah. But it made me laugh so hard. But I'm like, I can't tell that, but I'm going to tell it. Somebody gave it to me. They was talking in general, and they said, and I'm going to tell it, but it's not. You know, it's not nothing. You know, you can
I think that would be a fun act. That says like I do clean comedy. I just do it dirty. I haven't showered in 3 days. That'd be a good joke.
It's funny.
You can have that joke.
Yeah. It's all about timing, though. It's all about time.
Yeah.
About time. How you
somebody gonna get it 3 days later. Like, oh yeah, that was.
I mean, you know, you could be like looking at the crowd and be like, you know, I do my jokes dirty, and you wait for them to get a little laugh. Like, that's right. I don't wash my ass at all before I get on stage. You know,
right?
They're gonna hit it.
Yo, okay. So let me tell you this. I was in Mulligan's Bar this week. And if you guys didn't listen to the live show, you can go back and listen to it. Only 30 minutes of it recorded. It was like 2 hours long, but we had internet issues. But it was more for like the live audience of cops. It was just a really good morale builder. Anti-hero guys killed it. Conservative Ant killed it. Blake Reynolds killed it. We had push for paralysis or push against paralysis. I'll find her name. But anyway, she was there. There's a bunch of other people. There was this dude who got charged with murder and went to jail as a cop. And he told his story, but he got out like after 3 months. He got not guilty by a jury, but like he got charged with murder. So we had him come and tell like what it was like being in prison. And the first question I asked was like, dude, did you get fucked in the ass? Like, we have to know. Like, everybody was like, oh, but how I started that show for the night was like, man, I didn't realize how diverse Orlando was. I mean, like, whoever says like the police profession is whitewashed, I mean, look around. We've got a gay over there. We've got, it looks like we have a black. We have a black over there. We got a crippled up front. And then everybody else is white. So, yeah, I mean, it's not really whitewashed. But like, seriously, there was one black dude there. One cripple there and one gay guy there, and the rest was just white dudes. I was like, all right, maybe the profession is whitewashed.
Then again, he might have been, his skin color might have been black, but he might have been white.
Bro, he got up, so I had him come up. I was like, bro, you're the only black guy in here. The only black guy. You got to come up in here. And bro, he had jokes, dude. Oh, okay. He had jokes. He was like, I'll bet you. I was like, dude, do I sound racist? He's like, I bet you I'm more racist
but
than
see,
you.
I'm going to clarify myself when I say that. I don't want nobody to think, oh, no, Jay, why Jay said that? He's black, but he was really white.
Well, his last name is white.
Because, but that helps too. But a lot of times you could be black appearance, but on a telephone call or just speaking voice, you can sound like
right, like
white.
You know you're black when you talk on the microphone. Like there's
Country
no
too,
question.
You can tell,
like,
he from
you're
South.
like Southern black dude.
Southern
like,
black dude.
Yeah, you're Southern black dude. Margaret.
So I got go ahead.
Oh yeah, you sound black too.
So, but I'm gonna tell you what else I sound like. Apparently, I sound like a guy.
You do?
I had a lawyer. I guess what you call it?
Real fast.
What you call a lawyer?
The
It's not a secretary, whatever it is. The paralegal that calls you, and it was talking, and so I kept missing them, and they leave messages. So one day, got him on the phone to give me about 20 minutes. Call me back. He's okay. He called back. He said, "Am I speaking to Margaret Owens?" I said, "Yes, sir." So he gets to talking. We talking about the legal stuff, everything, and then all of a sudden he goes, "So your name is Margaret Owens?" And I said, "Yes, sir." And then he says, "Okay," and he asked how old and stuff, and then he said, "I got a question," and I said, "Okay," and he was like, and he said, "Why do you have a female's name?"
Oh,
and I was like, I didn't know whether to laugh, and I was like, because I am a female. And he was like, I'm sorry. And so I said, it's okay. I said, men like it. So I'm thinking to myself, do the men that like it need to question themselves since I sound like a man?
Oh, like they're kind of like hidden gay?
Yeah, they were thinking. And so especially at night. They like it at night because it gets kind of a little deep. So I said, no problem. So after he finished everything up, he was like, okay, any other questions you got for me? I said, I got one. I said, why did you think I wasn't a female? He was like, again. I said, go ahead, you can say it. He was like, oh, it's your voice, your voice, but the more I talk to you, I realized you was a female. And I was like, yeah. You don't do that. You need to say, I don't know what questions you have. You can say, okay, so what do you identify as, or whatever you want to say. I don't know. That's not your question, but ask me why do I have a female's name.
I feel like I would ask it like, hey, can I ask you a quick question? Are you male or female? Really quick. I can't see you right now on the phone.
Yep.
And like, I don't know, maybe it's the phone's making your voice sound deeper or something.
Because it was like
can you help me out here?
I can get it real deep. I get it real deep.
So like, dude, I never even thought about like that. A guy could be closeted gay, but if he's with you and he's like, hey, can you do that voice for me?
I ain't lying. When I get sleeping, they be like, I like you got that soothing voice. I'm like, thank you, but it be sounding raspy. They like it.
I don't know. You sound like a girl to me, though.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And maybe because you're looking at me too.
Well, yeah,
you see me.
You do look super feminine as well. So,
thank you.
Thank you. You look like you have a vagina, but you sound like you have a dick. That was my roast package. Yeah. Batty Beatty says, damn girl, that's deep. It is deep. Today's show is also brought to you by factormeals.com. Factormeals.com/Wolfpack50. Meal planning to the next level. Don't wait to get in shape this summer. Do it now with Factor Meals. Meals ready to go, fresh, never frozen, prepared by a chef, delivered to your door, cost effective, and extremely convenient. And so you don't have to eat like a peasant in the squad room with your bologna sandwiches and your PB&J that's got way too much jam on it. The Factor Meals, you can get calorie conscious, protein heavy. You can get vegan, vegetarian, however you want to organize your meals for the week. You want breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They got the smoothies. They got the shakes. They got eggs, all sorts of menu items. 2 minutes in a microwave, ready to go. Throw it in there. Let's get it done. And then you got all that time with your family. You got all that time. You don't waste all that time cooking and separating your shrimps and all that stuff. So listen, summer's right around the corner. It's not too late. I'm down 21 pounds. Doing nothing crazy. No, I'm not on testosterone, TRT. I'm not doing any of the crazy stuff. I got a nice meal plan that I work through with Factor Meals, and I do jujitsu for my gym activities. That's it. That's all I'm doing, guys. I'm down 21 pounds. I'm looking jacked. I got some like nasty cauliflower ears going on, which kind of sucks at the moment, but we're working through it. It's a learning curve. All right, let's get to the roast. Now they're calling it the GROAT. I'm down with that. I like that. I think that's really fucking cool. The GROAT, greatest roast of all time, because Tom Brady is the GOAT, right? Is he the first GOAT that they ever like labeled the GOAT? Like I think that Tom Brady was football. Well, the first time I ever heard GOAT referenced was with Tom Brady.
Oh, you're talking football.
I'm talking. I never heard somebody called the GOAT.
Oh wow!
Until I heard
roasting, right?
No, in life,
really?
I never heard anybody referred to as a GOAT before.
Michael Jordan.
Well, I mean, obviously Michael Jordan is a GOAT, but did people call him the GOAT?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah,
I thought GOAT was like a new term in like the last 2 years.
And then like in rap, LL Cool J, the GOAT, greatest of all time. Muhammad Ali, the GOAT. Greatest of all time.
Well, I know there's a lot of goats, right? But I never heard the term goat.
As far as roasting, now, I mean, football, to me, Tom Brady is probably he's the greatest winner as far as championships, team championships.
Yeah.
I mean, he got 7. He been to the Super Bowl 10 times. He led his team. He lead the league in pass receptions, touchdowns, yards, all that. So yeah, he's at his position. I think he's the greatest quarterback to play his position. Now, when you talk about player, to me, it's just overall winner. Yeah, he's the greatest because he have the most rings. Right. He's been there.
He's a GOAT, right? Like you would have to say he's a GOAT.
Oh yeah.
He is a GOAT
of his position.
Even when he left and then he still won with Tampa.
Yeah.
Like that's GOAT material right there.
Well, Tampa had a decent team. They just needed a leader. They needed a leader, and they got it.
Yeah, so
they got him.
I like that they called the roast the GOAT, greatest roast of all time. I think that's super clever and funny. I loved it. And it was 3 hours.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Like,
it was funny from the beginning to the end.
I thought the Justin Bieber roast was like my favorite roast of all time until this one.
I got you.
This one crushed.
Yeah.
That was even better than the Bieber roast.
Yeah.
And you remember the Bieber roast, right? With
I seen it.
Snoop Dogg and
they had
Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart was super funny.
What's
on
her
that
name?
one.
Liza
Minnelli.
Liza Minnelli was there, and they.
I mean, and they really went hard on him. Like I felt bad for him in some spots, but with this roast, it started off shaky. Now, what did you think when the first guy that came out?
Kevin Hart.
Well, Kevin Hart was great. That was some of his funniest shit.
It was. You're right. He was funny. Kevin. To me, Kevin was funny because it was about somebody. He was actually picking on people.
Right.
When he actually doing his material, talking about other stuff. Yeah, he's you. Yeah.
He makes fun of himself pretty well.
He was. I mean, the stuff he was picking on, you knew about it. You knew about it. It was just, damn, that's hard. That's dark. You know, or ooh. It's like that's in his past, but he's bringing it out. It's cool. It makes
if you're going on which one I like that they're bringing roasts back and they're making it cool because like comedy was dying for 3 years. Thanks, Biden. Killing comedy. Like it's really hard to make jokes. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I just said, that's made a noise. We said Biden made me make a noise.
Well, I mean, right? Like, I mean, the Justin Bieber roast was in the Trump era, and we haven't had another good roast since that one.
This is what got me though with the difference between Justin Bieber and Tom Brady. Tom Brady is like you said, he's a legend. And then you got to think of all the people that hated him. His rivals, the Mannings, and for them to bring
Buffalo Bills
Manning
fans.
Out,
Yes.
And then to have the guy the job he took from.
Yes. That was so funny. And it was funny because he was like the coach. I don't know if you saw this, but like in the behind the scenes, the coach was like, "Now, Drew."
Yeah. That was
and he's like, "But you're gonna sit this one out." And he's like, "Again, coach." That was so funny.
But he still. I mean, you got to think. It's the same situation that happened with the Eagles a few years ago when Nick Foles came in and took over for Carson. Winston Carson, first rounder. And then he came in, he played over half the season, got hurt. Second string quarterback came in and led him to the Super Bowl. He still got his ring. Drew Bledsoe was their first round pick. He was their star. He was the man. He got hurt. The Jets, they were playing against the Jets, and the Jets knocked them out. And his ass, was in the hospital bleeding, and he still won a Super Bowl because Tom stepped in with his team.
Yeah.
And he won it.
Now, let me ask you this. Well, I'll get into this a little bit later about the the groats where they're going to start roasting the greatest of all time. I want to mention some more greatest of all time that haven't been roasted yet and what your thoughts are. But like real quick, before we dive into all this, and I'm going to play clips for you guys. These are great clips that we have. Some of my favorite parts of the night, brought to you by Dead Leg Media. Joshua and Dead Leg Media pulled these clips for us. It is working. I can put it up there. I'll put it up there when he shows the clips. But look, what is your Margaret? What in your opinion, your own opinion? What is your opinion on roasts in general? Are you for them? Do you like them? Do you dislike them? Have you ever partaken in a roast? Would you ever partake in a roast? Would you ever get roasted?
I've never participated in a roast. My opinion about a roast is long as this doesn't
see, that's the thing. Like, I think that a roast has to hurt your feelings or it's not fun.
But I'm saying
like I think a good roast has to hit all of your most personal.
Right. So if you are I'm stuttering. If you are telling the truth but it's funny, then but if it that hurt part. I don't know.
That's what a roast is, really. It's
you gotta hurt those feelings
that happen in your life,
right? But not to hurt you.
Yeah, no, I think they gotta hurt your feelings.
No, that's what
a roast is. Like you should be like, fuck.
But see, that's what the roast is. The roast is
to make people laugh.
You sit down in there that whatever they say, they don't really mean, but they see it. It's in the eyes of everybody.
Now, I've been told that like. I think it was exchanging gifts one Christmas and somebody mentioned something that was like, well, this person I got the gift, and you can't get them off the phone. They talk unless you get a word in edgewise and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, oh, it ain't you. Basically they was saying it. Me too. It was talking about somebody else, but still, and I'm like myself, what? So it makes me think like, should I just sit
but that's not a roast. Like that's
not a roast, but it's something that
I mean, you got roasted.
Yeah,
you got roasted. But like, I feel like if you're getting roasted, my opinion is that if you're gonna roast me, I want you to go so dark and so low. Like I want you to be like, I want you to hit everything, dude. And I think the crowd should like as long as it's funny, unless I know that you're an asshole and you're just trying to be mean, like it's all in the context. Like if I start roasting you, but I'm like mad at you and I'm like trying to be like, and fuck you, Margaret. But like if it's all in fun and I'm making people laugh and I'm making you laugh and then laugh.
But when the person stops laughing, that's when you just cut it, right?
Fuck no, I go harder.
It's like right now if you say Margaret,
I go harder.
You're like Margaret.
I mean, if I was gonna roast you, one, I would absolutely roast your bald head.
You probably have to. A Walrus with glasses.
Your glasses.
That's what I see. A Walrus with glasses. See,
I mean, I wouldn't say that. That's mean as fuck.
Right.
I would have said it. No, just kidding.
No.
I would have gone way meaner.
I mean, you'd be like, Margaret, you look like one of the motherfucking California raisins with glasses.
Oh, that's a good one. That's good.
I would say that.
That's a good one. Like,
I would laugh at that because it do. I see it.
But see, the thing is,
you look like Michael Jordan 30 years after retirement.
You want to. If you're the roaster, you want to hear the crowd go, ooh, you gotta hear them.
Yeah, like
that's what a roast is. But see, you sign up for it. The people that are getting roasted know going in. They approve.
But they don't know what you're gonna say, right?
Right.
I'm gonna let y'all roast me one day.
Like Jay finally graduated college, which means he's now just as smart as the kids that he worked with in the school system.
Yeah, Jay, you know the old term, are you smarter than a fifth grader? Well,
yeah.
Yeah,
Jay's finally.
That's not bad.
I mean, just not different. Bad. I mean, you can go deeper. I mean, just
if Jay had as many diplomas as he has cars in his driveway.
Now, I do have to say, what's his name did when he got on Robert Kraft.
Okay, so that's how it started, right? And that's why I brought this up. Like, in your opinion, like, what's too far? So this set the tone. Do you have this clip, Joshua?
Yep.
In the chats, give me a yes or a no if you can hear it. Good.
I can't hear it.
Oh, I can't hear it. Turn it up, Josh.
Yeah, that's as loud as it would record. A lot of these were hard to find because some of them were screen recordings of screen recordings.
Was anybody in the live chats able to hear this?
Would you like a massage?
So he says, right. So, but he's the first, like, after Kevin Hart, this is like the first real guy that gets up there and he's talking about getting massages from Robert Kraft getting massages. And Tom Brady gets up and he says, don't say that shit again. And it really sets the tone because I'm like, if it's a roast, then why are there rules? And why weren't those rules discussed prior to? That seems very weird.
No, it ain't no rules. It's a no hold bar. Tom got it there. Tom probably felt a little uncomfortable, but he went up there and told him that. But he got to look who he was telling it to. That's Jeff Ross. He is the roast master.
Yeah.
He's the funniest. Now, there was one guy, I can't think his name, begin with a G. He was the best. No.
Gronkowski. He was not the best, but he was good.
I'm talking about a roast guy, a comedian. He passed away. Jeff was right behind him as being one of the funniest roasters. But when he died, Jeff took over, and I mean, he's been the best. He's been on all of them.
Yeah.
He roasted the hell out of all the comedians. Dave Chappelle, none of them can touch him. That's why when he was doing it, you saw how Kevin was like, ooh, and he went in at Jeff, but he know Jeff is like the roast master. That's all.
So like, I really didn't like the tone that set when Tom Brady got up there and he says, "Don't say that shit again." I would have been like, "Fuck you, dude."
Listen to slap.
No, but see, the funny thing is, it was a hot mic. He said it. He probably didn't because he went in his ear and the microphone caught it.
Right.
The mic caught him telling him that. And you're right. He kind of went away from the massage thing. He did. He went to other stuff.
But again, why wasn't that? If there's something off the table or off limits, then don't you think you would say like, "Hey, this is off limits" before we get started? Like, no, Robert. You know, and why does he give a fuck about Robert Kraft's massage jokes? They went after his wife for cheating on him with a BJJ instructor.
Ooh, they got him. Ooh, God.
Right? He didn't say shit about that. Ooh. Like, to me, fuck Robert Kraft and whatever he wants to do.
And he didn't get upset when they was bagging on Belichick.
The only person he cared about
was fucking with Gronkowski hard.
Oh yeah, but I mean, Gronk.
Can you be born with CT?
Gronk is kind of
they was hitting him up big
time. When he made his joke and he was like, "See, y'all just thought I was some dumb motherfucker." Like, that shit was so funny. I'm gonna call Boston Joe. He was one of the original guys that I ever podcast with. I don't know if he'll answer the phone. This is off the cuff. I want to know what his take on that really was. I think he'll have more information. There's nobody that loves the Patriots more than this guy. Oh, he's obsessed. They call him Boston Joe. So he did a sports podcast on Drinking Bros for a while. In the chats, Tyler S says, "Hi, everybody. Feels like forever since I caught a live. Miss you all." Jonathan's hockey is so fucking dumb. If they don't add boxing, no one will watch it. If you have to take a sport, add a sport to make one full sport, you do not have a sport in the first place. We got Ryan Alosio in the chats. Just no to Boston.
Can you imagine if they
or Colorado
of Mike Tyson?
Okay, so I'm gonna get there. I have a whole segment that we're gonna do on that. I want to get back to this one, and then I want to go through goat roast. Let's see. Can we play the Dana clip? Is that gonna be any louder? So
he was funny, but the guy sitting beside him, he's a podcaster,
right?
And the one he got up there and got to roasting everybody, and he was rapid fire with it, and it was just funny as hell.
Well, when I heard Dana's crackle in his voice, like right when he first started, I mean, dude, he was nervous. He was nervous as shit.
Again, when you get that first laugh. Then everything start going on the up and up, and that's what happened. He's not a comedian,
right?
He's
Dana White,
Dana White. But when he got that first laugh, like you said, then he got comfortable.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm good. Kim Kardashian got booed. Didn't see that coming. Go ahead and play that clip real fast.
I know a lot of people make fun of your height.
What kind of plastic surgery you got?
Dude, listen to all the boos.
Pretty.
Okay, so why are they booing her? Not liked.
She has some good jokes though.
Obviously not liked.
Right, but her jokes was pretty good though. I give it to her. But again, they didn't like the message. They just don't like her.
Let's go on. Let's go to the one more clip. Do we have the one where he talks about deflategate?
Yep.
Dude, when Gronk just smashed that glass and spiked it, that was hilarious. We have the clip. What do we have any more clips that you wanted to share, Josh?
I got one making fun of Gronk from crypto, and I got 2 minutes of Tony Hinchcliffe just destroying everybody.
Let's do
the one where he got to the guy that do comedy with his shirt off. And
Bert Kreischer.
He said, your liver's so black.
Yeah.
Your liver's blacker than Martin Luther King.
Shit.
Oh, he was going off.
Yeah, dude. Go ahead and play it. Let's not play the whole.
Kevin is so small that when his ancestors picked cotton, they called it deadlifting. Tom Brady got parents from the great Ron Burgundy.
Dude, I'll stop there. But man, that was. And listen, guys, like there's 3 hours of this, and it is absolute gold. We'll play one more clip for you. One more before we do this ad read, and then I have to get into this next segment.
The best one, he was good.
Yeah.
He was the second best roast.
Okay.
The first one was Nikki Glaser. She was the funniest. A lot of people kind of talk mad that she got a Netflix special before some of the other big ones.
Right.
But she killed it. She got a standing ovation.
Also lost $30 million in crypto. Tom, how did you fall for that?
That's her.
Even Gronk was like, me know that not real money. Like,
we know that not real money.
Because Kevin Hart got up there and laughed.
Dude, they called Gronkowski dumb, stupid, or ignorant 100 times last night. Yeah. I mean, it was like there was almost as many Gronk jokes as there was.
But what was
Brady
so
jokes.
funny? It was
so funny.
When they cut the camera to him, the look he had, he was all spaced out.
But I mean, that's him. Like he's a walking TBI, I guess. You know.
But you know what they did though?
But he's actually really smart.
They made what's his name? Alderman.
Yeah.
They made him make him sound like he's just straight gay.
Right. Well, I mean, he definitely had some. Edelman had feminine qualities for sure,
and they was hitting him with it too. Oh, you suck Brady's dick, and you hold his jock, and you got his nuts.
But you know what? That's why I'm saying, like, I'm glad that like comedy's back, and we can say fag and retard and fucking short bus, and you know, because I felt like 2 or 3 years you couldn't say shit like that.
I think it depends on where you at and what crowd you in.
Yeah.
See, that's Netflix one.
Right.
Netflix don't give a shit. Whether y'all like it or not, they gonna make their millions off of views and all that stuff. And it was live. That was live. Because Kevin Hart was like, "Oh, this is some of this shit. If this was taped, they'll cut that out." I mean, he was saying that because it was. He was like, "Oh,
dude."
Ooh,
I'm glad they're bringing comedy back, man, because I thought comedy was dying for a minute.
See who they
yeah, Will Cray says that Tony was fast and on point with his jokes. Definitely a professional, right? You know what I mean? Like that's the difference between.
I mean, even Sam J. I've never really heard of her.
Yeah, and
she got it and did good, and she was taking it too. They was like, "Yeah, she fat, black, lesbian, blah blah blah."
Yeah,
but she was good. She did her thing.
Yeah, Tony roasted Terry Crews to his face about his porn addiction. That takes balls. Yeah, I mean, dude, I mean, like if you're ever gonna go to a roast or you're gonna be roasted, you better have thick skin. You better be ready for it. But you know what? Doesn't matter if you're gonna get roasted or not, as long as you have a ghost bed at home to sleep on. Then all those woes and fears will just go away right out the window. All your insecurity is gone. Then wake up the next day and you got a clean slate. I always say mental wellness and mental health starts with a good night's sleep. That's why we're proud to be partnered with GhostBed at ghostbed.com. Promo code Wolfpack, 50% off site wide. Now I got back from my vacation, which was basically a ghost bed vacation. We had ghost bed pillow fights. We did ghost bed content. Aunt went to the ghost bed facility and did a meetup there. We did big live show brought to you by Ghost Bed. I mean, we had a ghost bed weekend. It was fabulous. It was fantastic. My kids got ghost bed pillows. And then I came home to a brand new ghost bed massage topper waiting for me on my front porch. It's the new topper. It's not even out yet. But for you guys, for you fans, I think right now there is a pre-order. I need to check the email again. But go Joshua, on the Ghost Bed website, pull it up really quick. Is the topper pre-sale on there yet? I know that there is a pre-sale for our fans to be the first to ever have it. And it's at a discounted rate.
They do have the massage topper on their website now.
There it is. That I have that in my room right now. It is fantastic. You guys are going to get a video of it later, so you guys can see it. But yeah, if you want to get in all that 50% off site wide, head over there right now. Ghostbed.com. She actually comes with the bed. This girl in the ad, like she comes with the topper. I think she'll like sit on your face or something. I'm just kidding. That doesn't happen. But yeah, it rolls out. It plugs in. It's got like a little Bluetooth connector. Dude, are you serious? Do you see this? Could you imagine getting home from a long day of work and you just lay on this thing and it just massages the shit out of you? Oh my God. Oh yeah.
That looks better than the
right. Oh, it's way better.
The gym.
Oh yeah. This thing is like, oh, look at that. And I love a good ass massage. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a perv, but if I'm getting a massage, my favorite part is when they start massaging my ass cheeks.
So you seen they got a thing on Facebook where the lady, I guess the wife or girlfriend, takes her arm from the elbow and she wiggles it in. Like that. Oh,
dude. Okay. I will get hard. I will get hard from that, but it's not like a lustful hard. It's just like a stimulated hard. You know what I'm saying?
You'll bust one if he stuck his finger in your ass too.
Why did you say he? We're talking about women over here, bro. I didn't say getting a massage from no dudes.
Yeah,
okay,
you gonna get a dude. He got big ass knuckles. He got 18 fingertips.
He got acorn.
Acorn fingers. He's like, excuse me. I'm like, oh,
you like anal baby?
Like starting it up like a weed whacker.
He's like, hey, I didn't know y'all use anal baby. No, this is my fingers.
Benita says I'm always talking about ass. Well, at least you know it's always on my mind. You know what I mean? I never hide what I'm thinking about. I'm an open book, and so there's no secrets.
Open butt. What'd you say?
Sure. Yes, I'm an open butt and an open butt. But I mean, for real though, if I'm getting a gibber, if we're on the subject, if I'm getting a bee gibber, a blowy, whatever you want to call it. I think like one knuckle in the bee hole is the best finishing move there is. Have you ever had that? A little Jay, a little like while you're getting a blowy, a little tickle in the bee hole? No? Just a finger from a girl. Why? It's magical.
You know what, man?
It's the best, dude.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
It's the best.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
I don't care if it's gay. Call me gay. I don't
care.
care.
I ain't gay. If it's a woman,
it feels really good.
Strap on. I got a strap on doing it in your ass like that. Then to me, that's gay tendencies.
Yeah.
Even though you got a woman doing it,
which is our next album.
Taking a real dick.
Our next album's called Gay Tendencies.
But the thing,
which is happy tendencies.
Okay, here's the thing. When I was in the Army.
Okay.
My last duty station. I was a little bit older.
He said duty.
This female had a chick. She was bad. We done did it before. Yeah. Had sex before, but this one time.
Jay, pull your mic up, Jay.
I wanted to record it. I had a little.
You're a recorder guy. You're like.
So I had the VHS and the.
Really?
And she was, giving me sloppy topping.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, she took both my legs and threw them back over my head.
Yeah.
She was strong as hell, too.
Sure.
Like, oh, shit. And she gave me what they call, she tossed my salad.
Oh.
And
that's weird. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's too weird. That's too weird for me.
I ain't never had it before. I ain't had no girl do that.
Right.
I was like, oh my God.
It's a little weird.
But it was video.
Wayne. Okay, Wayne.
Wayne says a finger is really just a gateway penis. It's the gateway drug.
What is the tongue? True. What is the tongue do? She did that. I had it on tape. And then when I got out, I had all my stuff shipped to my home of record back home. And my dad went through my video.
No.
Him and my mom saw me get my ass on
No, Jay.
I'm gonna add that in my stand-up, but my dad, he called me.
What did he say?
I was watching your videos that you had, because I used to collect a lot of movies. I had a lot of VHS tapes.
Yeah, you used to make a lot of movies.
And I made some, but actually it's funny because I had X3X written on the shit.
Just draw them to it.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say, your dad's gonna watch that.
Yeah, but they sat there and my mom saw it. I was like, so after you saw me, you cut it off. Well,
oh no,
we didn't know it was you actually because we saw the girl. We saw the girl until you peeped.
Dude, my dad would kill himself. My dad would literally be like, I just saw my son getting his salad tossed.
But
brains right out the back of his fucking head.
We was doing some of everything, but that was since we was on that conversation.
I don't think I've only recorded myself having sex one time. That's it, only one time.
I mean, I did it, but it ain't nothing like I would go.
And I haven't thought about it until just now. And I'm gonna go get rid. There's a laptop that I have upstairs that has that video on it. I'm gonna go burn it because if I don't want my kids to ever fucking see that.
See, I was on VHS. I don't think we have any VHS tape players.
They go order off Amazon. Just like watch it.
All right, let me get on to this last segment really quick because this is my favorite one. This series on Netflix is called Grow. Greatest roast of all time with goats.
Love it. It was good.
Who would be the next great goat to roast? You said Mike Tyson. That would be a tough one. That one would be hard for me to go all in on. I think even Tony would have a hard time with that, or any of the other guys that we had on here.
That's because people feel sorry for Mike Tyson.
Well, then you're scared to death of him.
Well, he softened up.
I mean, you want to push him? You want to push that guy to where he's
Tiger Woods.
You know what I mean? Because he's not going to get up and say, "Don't say that shit again."
Right.
He's going to fucking murder you.
Yeah.
I would love.
Will Smith would be a good one.
I would love Taylor Swift for sure. That would be amazing. Now,
Will Smith would be a good one. Real good one.
They already did Will Smith. Well, a guy tried to
like this.
He wouldn't. He's way too big of a pussy. Here's somebody mentioned this one in the good chat. I don't know who it was. I saw it. Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
that would.
I don't know because really,
dude, there's a lot of lot of content there.
Where I mean,
his wife beat the shit out of his thing.
He getting drunk,
being addicted to strip clubs.
Yeah.
Spending like how much money did he spend on strip clubs? Like $4 million or something crazy like that.
You get but
how do you spend $400 million on strippers or whatever it was?
Shit, and he was sexing Waffle House.
I got my Waffle House. Vulcanator says Eminem. That would be a fun one, but what's the Eminem the goat of? White rappers? He's not really a goat.
Well, some of them think he is. Somebody did a joke about P. Diddy. Oh boy, yeah, he did a joke about P. Diddy. He was like,
okay, I've got a good one.
Tight ends, like he turned tight ends to wide receivers. Like, that was wild.
Okay, I've got a good one here. John Daly, the golfer with the mullet.
Oh,
yes,
I know you don't.
John Daly would be a fun one, and he's a goat. He would be a fun one. Mike Tyson has been on roast before as a roaster. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I don't know. Like, I think he might handle it well.
R&B singer, I would say Chris Brown. I would love to see that. Chris Brown.
Okay.
Because he'd been, yeah.
All right, now who's the greatest actor of all time?
Well, see, Denzel, I don't even know what they would say about Denzel.
You think Denzel's the greatest actor of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah. There's no way he's the GOAT.
Well, I like Sam Jackson, though.
You think he's the greatest actor of all time?
He's the most working. He works.
Nicolas Cage has got to be right there with him.
You talking Samuel Jackson?
Yeah. But Nicolas Cage has got just as many movies as Samuel L. Jackson. Though.
Hell no, he don't.
You don't think Nicolas Cage has got way more time in movies than he does?
Shit. What you mean wait much time?
Josh, how many? Give us some numbers on that.
Samuel L. Jackson is like $1 billion box office. This dude, he do like C-rated.
Yeah, so does Nicolas Cage.
And he good in all of them. All his C-rated movies will be like, classics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, you go back to when he did, he walked out of the drug rehab right on set, The Jungle Fever.
Oh, he went to drug rehab?
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson did?
He was on.
What was his drug of choice?
He was on crack. Okay.
Crack,
oh, wow.
But he was a went through recovery.
I mean, I don't think that he's the GOAT, though. Okay, well, I mean, sure. I mean, I would love to see. He is a GOAT of like he would be the GOAT of the most movies. Greatest of all time actor in the most movies, I guess, GOAT. I would like to see a roast of Samuel L. Jackson.
To me, I can quote with black folks, if you can quote an actor's movie, lines in his movie,
right?
Oh, he's up there.
Right.
A lot of people you can quote Samuel Jackson. I mean,
Samuel Jackson is in at least 158 different movies. Nick Cage is in at least 115.
Yeah.
Okay, so just behind him.
Got him beyond.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, I can't remember a line that
For
Nicolas Cage has made,
Right.
Hey, didn't Samuel say he smoked it? What was it? He smoked the radio. He smoked it. She asked what happened to the antenna. It was a movie he was in. She asked what happened to the antenna on the radio. He said, I smoked it. It was
They used it as a pipe.
Yeah. What was that movie? I might have been on it was.
But just like when he was in John Travolta, when they did Pulp Fiction, everybody loved him. Jules,
sure.
It's Jules.
Oh, yeah.
They quote his lines.
Yeah.
He'd be reading the scriptures. People that don't know nothing about the Bible, but they know that scripture that he do.
Snakes on a plane.
Snakes on. Yes, that was good. Black Snake Moan. He have so many movies.
But Nicolas Cage does too. He has like Face Off. He has The Rock, Gone in 60 Seconds. He's got.
I like him, but Sam has. And then see, Sam Jackson has a bald head, and every movie he plays, he has a different wig. He has a different wig.
Yeah,
you'll see him. He'll be with.
It's funny,
Yeah.
No, he's definitely up there. I would say though, if you were gonna go for like GOAT, like greatest of all time actors, I hate to say it because I fucking don't like the guy at all, but probably Tom Hanks.
I like Tom Hanks.
Really fucking. I hate him. I don't like him as a person, but like he's a good actor.
I liked him back when he was on Bosom Buddies.
And you know who else is just a phenomenal actor is
Leo.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
really good.
The other one, not Ben Affleck, but who's his other? Matt Damon. Matt Damon's pretty good. Wahlberg is good.
I mean, they're all right. I love Mark Wahlberg. I mean, all of his movies are like my favorite movies. I like him as a person. Johnny Depp's a great actor. That would be a fun roast.
Yeah, you know what, especially about he said, man, how you date a girl that woman that shit in your bed?
Yeah. That was
get on
fucking great. Her. All right, and then let's go with goats in TV sitcoms. Who is the goat of TV sitcoms?
Dead or alive? No, that was.
Well, they're gonna have to be alive. We're about to roast you.
Martin Lawrence would be one.
Martin Lawrence, that'd be a good roast, but he's a good roaster.
Jerry Seinfeld would be one.
Yeah, he's been roasted though.
Yeah. I would go with Martin. I never heard.
I haven't heard anybody. I would like to see that one too.
Yeah, that one would be real good. Tim Allen. Has he ever done Tim Allen?
Ooh,
Tim Allen's a good.
You could roast the fuck out of Tim Allen. He's super funny too.
Yeah.
Super funny. Now he's really like ultra conservative, which is really funny.
Have they done Roseanne Barr?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good question. I think they have roasted her.
And I would love to see them roast Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, that would be amazing. But that's where you talk about being mean. Like I would be a fucking huge dick. Does anybody like her anymore? Does she have any fans?
Well, see, she don't do too many movies.
No, she does The View though. But like, I think the only reason The View stays relevant is because of the clips that they put on YouTube and people fight about the clips. But I don't know, like, is there anybody that tunes into The View and fucking watches it?
No,
it's pure nonsense. Our show has more content and information than The View does.
But to me, I guess she's evolving. She was a funny ass stand-up.
I think she sold her soul.
She was good as a stand-up.
She was.
Her very first movie was The Color Purple.
Well, Sister Act was incredible.
Oh yeah, she did just that one movie, and I think 1 and 3 of them. Or just 2. Was this that 1, 2, and 3?
I just saw 2 of them or not.
She was good in that. Jumping Jack Flash.
Yeah, Roseanne was roasted in 2012. I knew there was a roast.
So I got a question. You said about you think she sold her soul.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me the other day if a person sold their soul, could they? I think the question was, could they repent? And get it back?
Probably.
And I said, yeah, but they probably would die. They're gonna die anyway. Everybody's gonna die anyway. But they probably lose everything they got.
Yeah, they'd have to sacrifice. It would be, and I think people can sell their souls in their ways. I don't think it's like you make a deal with Satan. I think it's like if you offered me like Tansy, I know that like I could give you $100 million today, but you gotta let Jay fuck you in the ass. Like, that's something I would never do it.
Look, give me a loan.
Right. But once you do that, like your soul, that's something you said you would never do. It's like or it's like just anything. It's like it doesn't even have to be that crazy. It can be on a smaller scale, but I think some people sold their soul, and this is going to be hateful, but not everybody that got listen. You have to listen to me very carefully when I say this, and don't take me out of context here. I think there are people that started out and said, I would never get a vaccine that I didn't trust. I would never let somebody put something in my body that I don't trust. They said that. And then they were like, oh, but I don't want to lose my job. Now, those folks sold their soul. Now, there's some people that just don't care. And I don't think they sold their soul. It's like, fuck it, give me a vaccine. I don't care. But there are some people out there that were like, I will never let this happen to me. I'm not getting this vaccine. And then the minute their pension was, like going to threaten, they were like, all right, I got to do it for my family. I think that's a version of selling your soul.
But
because you didn't want to do it and you did it anyway.
But they didn't want to do it for themselves, but they are doing it for their family.
This is
but you take a finger in the yeah, right. This is coming from the opinion of a guy who takes a finger in his ass when he's getting a blowy. And it's not all the time, folk. It's only on special occasions that she surprises me with the as I call it.
You have the darker sheets when you do that, right? You don't have the white sheets on the bed here, baby.
But you know what, that's why I always got to keep my body clean, because my wife doesn't like, she springs that stuff on me. You know what I mean? Like there's no warning.
So it's not no birthday thing, you know.
No.
Oh, I'm about to get it for my birthday.
Hell no, man. No, I get it all the time. But like it comes in like weird, awkward.
We see the proof.
Yeah, I mean, she afraid. She's afraid. She ain't saying my ring. No, she's great. She's wonderful. And she doesn't care that I talk about it. So so disrespectful. No, my wife knows. Like we've already talked about it. She knows. We have agreed that nothing is off limits, and the things that are off limits.
So let me ask you.
Yeah, I don't bring those up. So
your oldest son is how old?
11.
When will you give him the talk, or have you gave him the talk
already? Oh, I'm super open with them when they have questions. Like, my mom got me a box of condoms for Christmas to be funny because we have a lot of kids, you know. And my son was like, "What was that you got in your thing?" And so I showed him the whole thing and explained to it like how it works. And so, I mean, I guess
you ain't go straight up like, let me show you. This is what you do. You take it out the pack like that, see, and then you roll it, you put it on. Like you ain't show him how to put it on.
Yeah, I got myself hard, and then I'm fucking. Are you serious? I used a banana. No, I'm kidding. I just told him, I was like, it looks like a balloon.
For mine.
I blew it up like a balloon. For me, I was like, I pulled out one of those like little carrots.
I had a comment earlier
about my small penis.
No. About the vaccine thing.
And no, I'm not saying because listen, I don't want to be taken out of context. I'm not saying because you got a vaccine that you sold your soul. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is if you were the guy that really didn't want to do it, but you did it because you wanted to keep your pension, you sold your soul. You shouldn't have fucking did it. Like if you didn't want to do it, if you didn't trust it, you sold your soul to that.
Don't take the vaccine.
Yeah.
And you lose your pension or you lose your job. So I mean, say you've been on this job.
I would have lost.
Years,
I would have lost the fucking. Listen,
years.
My pension is not worth. There is no amount of money that's worth principle to me. And if that's a principle, if that's a hill that you are willing to die on, then you should die on that hill. The vaccine for me is a hill I'm willing to die on. My kids got an opportunity to go skateboard at a pro event in another country when COVID was still a thing, and they said, but your kids have to be vaccinated. I know a family that had their kids vaccinated that didn't want to be vaccinated so that their kid could go on that trip. That's selling your soul. If you're not gonna, you know, if you got the vaccine because they bribed you with the cheeseburger,
or $25, $50,
a $50 gift certificate. I mean, I don't know. Like and listen, do I mean it like it's more metaphorically sold your soul? It's what I'm saying is that the people that did that should not be wearing their "Don't Tread on Me" shirts. They shouldn't be. They should accept the fact that you're not the man you thought you were. You're not as badass as you thought you were. If you caved to a pension, you're not that fucking guy.
Wow. I got a comment. Okay, so you didn't get the vaccine?
No.
I didn't either. So what happened was they sort of flying around, you're gonna lose your job, blah, blah, blah. And they're gonna make y'all pay for the insurance. You have to pay for everything. You have to get tests, you have to pay for every test. I said, well, I'll pay for every test, so I can't pay no more. Well, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people started quitting. Yeah. Instead of just staying, let them fire you, they started quitting the job. And so my family started getting shot and stuff. And I think 2 of my kids did. And I was like, well, maybe I need to get it. Well, none of mine did, but I think a couple of people that got the shot, something happened later, and they was like, oh, that's the underline. All this stuff, this older white lady at UNC told me, she said, well, you know what? I need you, when you going to sign up for your shot? Because I think the kids had a certain time, older people, whatever. And I said, nah. She was like, well, I'm gonna need you to kind of like, tell the community because they'll take it better from a younger black woman than it would an old white lady. I'm like, I'm not gonna tell nobody to take no shot. So my line leader, excuse me, I'm sorry. Wait to you what job. Anyway, people on where I worked, all them got it. And I was like, you know what? I guess I better, everybody get it. I might as well. And I thought about it. No, I'm not.
Just because everybody else is doing it.
So every week they didn't.
But see, there was another person, and Josh, maybe we can find this clip for later, and we'll make a reel out of it. Or John, if he's still listening. But there was a guy that says that he actually respects the people who didn't get the vaccine. He sees now that those are the ones. Now we're talking about the people that didn't want it. Now the people that wanted the vaccine, that's different. You wanted it. You thought it was best for your life.
I was on the fence. I was on the fence when it all came out.
Right, but you got sick.
Like, yeah, I almost died.
Right,
too, but I was.
But you have underlying issues.
Went to you seen Black Panther?
Yeah.
You seen when T'Challa went?
Yeah.
And he talked to his daddy, and he saw all the other Black Panthers before him. I saw my folks like that.
You did that.
I was dead.
So you're basically a Black Panther.
So when I came to, and I had to try to, learn how to walk. Had therapists trying to teach me how to talk because I was slurring words like I had a stroke or something. But when I got better months later, I was like, if this shot will keep it, if it'll keep me from getting being worse, it's not gonna stop me from getting COVID again. But if it helped me not get to how I was before, without the shot, then I'll take it.
Yeah,
but you don't know what is everybody's individual is different.
Yes, yeah.
But you don't know how it's going to affect you until you get it. It's like a person with life insurance. You paying that premium, and you die. You don't know whether it's going to pay off or not. The people back here know. So that's why a lot of people go with who they seen. Okay, I seen them pay off that funeral or whatever. But just going with anybody. So with the shot, I didn't get it. I had people say they got the shot and they was like, I detoxed myself. No, but that stuff is in your system. I didn't think that the shop put a chip in me or nothing like that. Right. But I'm like, if I don't have the reasons for saying get it, it makes sense. And then when I thought about getting it, then you come up saying you have to have a booster. You gotta have another booster. And I'm like, what? So it's like, so I just took my chances. So I ended up with
one and done, baby.
I won't get none of them.
I ended up with COVID because of and if he watching, I tell him to his face. A coworker, I'm sitting there 6 feet apart, whatever, sitting there with my mask off and eating, and he walks right up just as close as you are and said, and when he sneezed, he turned, and I was like, oh my gosh! So I started grabbing my stuff and I got up and I moved over, and about 20 minutes later, I was like,
but see, like, I don't know if is it the COVID or is it flu? You know what I'm saying? Because like that's how the flu works. You know what I'm saying?
But I was like, did you you feel better? He's like, yeah, I feel better. I thought like you gave me something.
I stopped taking the flu shot when I left the military.
Me too. And I haven't gotten the flu since. I mean, I did get sick this year. I got a little bit sick, but I mean, it wasn't crazy. So, but I'm not saying like the people who wanted the shot or believed in the shot. I'm not saying that they sold it. So what I'm saying is the guys that knew they didn't want it, they didn't trust it, and they only got it to save their pension. I mean, I think that that's something that you're gonna have to internalize for the rest of your life.
You trust God to take care of you. Because I want to say this. In the Bible, it speaks of, and this was my little paper to my job. I said, I'm not saying that the shot was the mark of the beast.
Right.
But I said, I think it's the introduction of something to it, because it says in the Bible that if you don't get the mark of the beast, you can't buy, sell, or trade. But if I don't get this shot, I won't be able to buy, sell, or trade because I won't have a job.
Right.
So,
and I mean, but listen, like the mark of the beast is going to be, if you're a religious person, if you're Christian, it's going to be like that, but worse. Everybody's going to be on the same page. Everybody's going to be against you, and you have to stay to your principles. And if you're going to start waning on your principles now for a pension or to save your family, like in the end times, are you going to get the mark of the beast to save your wife and kids? Like if they threaten you, like, hey, you get this, or we're going to execute your wife and your kids. I mean, how far are you willing to go? What is your line in the sand? For me, I don't know.
Bye, baby.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, like, I think a lot of these actors, I think Whoopi Goldberg probably sold her soul more than one thing. I think a lot of these actors do things that they didn't want to do just for the sake of being famous. And they might not even realize when they were doing it, but they were like, listen, I really don't want this creepy guy to be like touching me like this and grabbing my ass and playing grab ass or making these jokes about me, but I don't want to lose my part in this film. And it's just a little grab ass. Well, guess what the next film is? Now it's just a little fucking tickle in the pickle, and then like the next one, it's you're getting your dick sucked, and then where does it stop?
But see, here's my thing: unless they're kids, they don't know any better. If you're an adult you could, like they said, just say no. But if you sign, that's just like, okay, me and Margaret, we know if somebody want to book us for a comedy show, you have your medium. You have, okay, this is what I'll do it for. Some of the promoters will ask you, well, why is your price is different from the other comedian? I'm like, because one, okay, go look at my footage and then look at their footage. Look at what I talk about, look at what they talk about. Their style of comedy is different from my style. And then on top of that, who I work with, who you work with counts too.
Right.
You know, I don't like to throw out all the names of the comedians I met and know, but people that know me know who I work with. Right. So therefore, these promoters, if the promoters do their homework and see, okay, well, if you can work with this and he's a king of comedy, you work with him regularly for years, then you got to be funny. Yeah. You got to have some, you know what I'm saying? So it would
like they get a guarantee.
It would be an insult for me to come and ask you to do it for this amount.
Right.
Let me ask you, how much would you start out with?
Right.
And, you know, we can negotiate like that.
Yeah.
You know, but it's.
But I mean, like if Dave Chappelle was like, I want to put you on tour with me, but you're gonna have to make out with that guy over there or something crazy, like something against your principles, then you would say no, right?
Like I told a lot of people. I mean, I do movies as well. I'm not doing anything homosexually.
Right, because on principle, that's you on principle. Right. So for me, like I've been like pretty anti medication my whole life, unless I just have to have it. Like once I get really sick, I'll take it. But like, dude, I held off on coffee until I was 30 years old because I didn't want to be addicted to caffeine. I'd never smoked cigarettes. I didn't want to put anything in my body that was any kind of an addictive substance. I mean, when I got surgeries, I wouldn't take the painkillers. I mean, until I absolutely had to. So like for me, the vaccine for me was like definitely one of those things where I was like, dude, I'm not fucking doing it. Like I'm not putting that shit in my body. So, but anyway, guys, listen, that roast was amazing. We've gone for an hour tonight. We've all got stuff to do in the morning. Go and check out The Groat, the greatest roast of all time. It's on Netflix. We're going to see it. Next week we'll be here the same bad time, same bad place with the same crazy, the same batshit crazy cast. Margaret Owens, comedian. Jay Derrell, retired police officer, college graduate, comedian. Woo! Myself, podcaster, former police officer, and C- student at best. Josh from Dead Leg Media on the producer side of things, ripping clips, ripping souls, and ripping lines of coke. No, Josh.
Ripping buttholes.
Ripping buttholes.
Oh, not Josh now.
Ripping beeholes.
He's in Denver. Ain't it legal to smoke
Lots
weed
of cocaine?
Lots of cocaine. Oh, by the way, real quick, if you're still with us, Red Pill Threads. In it with me, Night Shift TSI, new episode coming out. We shot it today. It's incredible. So Night Shift TSI is back up and going. We'll be back with Conservative and for political news Wednesday. And we will see you guys tomorrow for True Crime Tuesday. Okay. Bonita, see you three this weekend.
This weekend,
Right.
Mother's Day comedy show Saturday.
Yeah,
if you are in the chats and you in North Carolina, come on down to Clayton.
We're gonna be so funny this week.
West Main Street, Clayton, North Carolina.
710 West Main Street, Suite 111. Yeah, I'm just saying it again. I'm saying it again more white. Okay. You know, for the white crowd out there.
Understand my Ebonics?
No, hell no. Nobody understands that.
Let me say it to the black folk then. 710
710 West got racist. All right, take us out of here, Josh.
We got to have a racist episode.
We should.